Hello, my name is Miranda HP.
And I'm Connor Calloway.
And we are the Bountiful Bards.
Please join us in our first ever recorded D&D campaign,
The Fountains of Cathaidra.
The entire solarium is quiet. Your brother looks dumbfounded. The guards search expectantly, and as your brother replies with, "Huh?" the captain of the guard points, and two others begin to make their way towards your brother, who closes the book and stands up, looking extremely confused.
Hold on. You're saying he did what now?
Excuse me, ma'am. The captain turns. Who are you again?
I'm his sister, Leah Wicker.
Write that down. Your brother is being arrested for the murder.
I heard you. I asked, why do you think he did this? And I need to know, because if you look at him right now, it's really hard to get him to, kill flies around the house, which is super obnoxious. Don't get me started. And this one time he caught a rat and he wouldn't even kill it. He let the thing outside, which I'm sure you know from farming communities is a really bad thing to do. So why do you think that he did this exactly? And she's standing arms akimbo, planted in front of him, basically doing the thing that humans do when they're annoyed and make themselves as big as possible.
This morning, two of the neighbors found the couple dead inside their house, with an envelope there had been opened with some type of mysterious dust inside of it. After investigating and asking around, several people said that they saw an individual looking just like your brother. After that, we followed the trail to ask around town, and eventually we had to go to one Mr. Larga, who gave us the name of your brother.
So you're operating on circumstantial evidence because of a mysterious dust and a mysterious envelope, and people who may or may not have seen someone who may or may not actually be my brother, who may or may not have actually been in the location at the same time. That's what you're telling me?
What I'm telling you is that we're going to hold him until we can complete the investigation and decide whether or not your brother is innocent.
Innocent until proven guilty, no?
Roll an intimidation check. With advantage.
That's a nat 20.
Oh. He kind of steps back a little bit as he's a little bit taller than you, but not by much, but definitely doesn't feel like he is right now. And he goes, "Regardless, we have to take your brother in for questioning. Until more evidence can be provided and we can find who the true killer is, should your brother be innocent, we will have to hold him."
And you will hold him in amenable conditions and will not mistreat him, correct?
He will be held as all prisoners are held here in the city of Miro.
What is Jimothy doing at this point?
Jimothy's looking at both the boys as they start walking up to him, the guards, and they're actually the same size as Jimothy. And maybe he's a little bit more hardier, and he just kind of looking at back and forth at both of them, waiting on A, he glances over at you, trying to see what you're doing. B, trying to go off of that for what he needs to do. And
Jimothy, did you do any murdering on your errand this morning?
not that I'm aware of, at least not yet. And he kind of cracks his knuckles, and you're like, Jimothy, what? This is, for some reason, he's flexing a little bit on these guards that are walking up to him, who are just probably about 5 or 6 years his senior. And he's just kind of squinting at both of them are we going to do this? Y'all going to do this?
Jimothy, do not mess up my solarium. It's pretty, and there are books in here. Since I know you didn't murder anybody on your errand, that would have been super annoying and taken away from time. And plus, you don't tend to murder people unless you really dislike them, and I haven't seen you dislike anybody enough to murder them. So, quod erat demonstratum, I doubt you've actually murdered anybody. So, you're going to go with these boys because we have no choice, and I suspect they're going to get into a huge tizzy if you don't. And I'm going to go talk to Uncle Larga, and you're going to tell me what exactly you did from point A to point B. And them.
Sounds like a plan to me, sis. He holds out both his arms. Cuff me, but I want drinks from both of you as he looks at both the guards afterwards. Capiche? They're just kind of looking at him like, who the hell is this? They're like, whatever, kid, and they just put the handcuffs on him. His manacles.
Leah's got her arms crossed, and she is not impressed.
We will be holding him at the 3rd Precinct. My name is Captain Conroy, and I am over this investigation.
Okay.
Have a good day, ma'am. Let's go. He tells the rest of his soldiers, and they all turn and make their way out of the solarium. Oh, good heavens. Regis Palad steps up. That sounds awful. I hope everything's going to be okay. I don't think any of your mother's ilk would ever be able to do such a thing, so I'm sure he'll be fine.
Yeah, none of us would. We are not the super murdery type, perchance. Like, I mean, a good steak, maybe, but beyond that, not so much murder. So I need to figure out what needs to happen here. So I'm going to go and talk to Uncle Larga. Is there anybody that you know that could potentially help us with this? Anybody who might know the gossip or what's going on?
Once the examiners arrive, I'm sure they'll be able to question your brother and figure out what really happened and go from there.
Okay. I don't trust them to be particularly efficient at this.
Please. We don't want to be any more involved in what's already going on.
All right. Have a good one.
We will see you. Give your mother our best.
Oh, I'm sure she'll hear about it.
You leave the solarium?
Yep. After saying that.
Right. Roll me a history check.
13.
13? I can give you this much, that the examiners he's talking about, their full title is the Pellucid Examiners, is their full title. And they are questioners of the church.
Yeah. Super trustworthy.
So you head back to it?
Yes.
All
she
right.
stalks.
As you make your way back to your uncle's inn, the halfling drummer of the Waking the Spire runs up to you. Kelba. Oh, goodness. Oh, there you are. Where's your brother? Did they get him?
Yeah.
Damn.
Why? What's going on?
The guards came by here asking questions.
What do you know about all this?
I don't know anything. I was in there with your uncle. And then they came in and they were all like, we need to look for this individual. Do you know who he is? And your uncle was like, yeah, I know who he is. And then the guards were like, well, where is he currently located? And he's like, oh, what's the meaning of this? This is my inn. And it was a big fiasco. I think he broke a chair. I don't really know. I got out because I got tickets and warrants out for me. I was trying to come find you so that I can get you guys hidden and we can get on the road and get out of here.
Well, they already got him, so I think what we're going to have to do instead of evading the fuzz is we're going to have to outsmart the fuzz.
Whoa, I'm real good at doing that.
I figured you would be.
But I don't think I can help you here.
I think you're more clever than you think, so what I need you to do is keep your ear to the ground, keep out of sight, keep hidden.
Can do. And then darts away.
Yeah, excellent.
You continue to the inn?
Yeah.
All right.
Those big old steps of, righteous indignation that people inherently move away.
Oh, I know all about that. So you go inside. Leah, where's your brother? He's in trouble.
Yes he is.
Oh, they found you. Oh no, this isn't good.
Okay, but we both know that Jimothy didn't murder anybody.
Of course, no. I explained it to the captain. The letter came here by accident, and I had my nephew take the letter to those people. He has nothing to do with it, but the captain insisted on finding him.
So the letter... Okay, so
there's currently, actually, yes, there is bits of broken chair off in the corner.
Tracks. So that was the errand he went on this morning anyway, was that there was because all I know is that he was on an errand. I didn't know what he was doing.
Yes. I think... Give me 1 second. And he walks over to his bar and pulls out a piece of paper and a charcoal pencil and begins to sketch out something on it. Says, I think I know where this house was that I sent him to in the Hush district. 1 second. I'm pretty sure hereabout is the place. It's east of here. So, hopefully they're going to be able to figure out from this location exactly who did it so that your brother could be safe. Shouldn't be in there more than 2 or 3 days.
I don't particularly trust that, so I'm going to do some snooping on my own.
That's dangerous.
No, less so with you to help me. You're a very intimidating presence, don't you know, Uncle?
Looks over at the chair and looks back at you. All right.
And we won't do anything we're not supposed to. We're just going to ask some questions.
Questions.
It's good as our role as citizens to find out who did this. If we're able to find information that the police can't find, then we're helping things out, right? We're just moving things along a little faster.
Roll a persuasion check.
13.
13? Okay. All right. You had to beat a 10, so there you go. He goes, I guess it doesn't hurt to go see what all the fuss is about over there. You! He points his finger at the door, and Kelba is standing there. Wake up the rest of your mates and watch the shop while I'm gone, and if anything is missing, if any coins are gone, I will hunt you down and peel your skin from your bones. Whoa! Well, with that kind of threat, I guess I'm going to have to do that. All right, I'll go get everybody else, and Kelba goes running upstairs.
Very good. Excellent.
He takes off his apron, balls it up, and tosses it to the side, and he goes, let's go see what we can find out here.
Very good. You lead the way. You know the city, the streets, and you know the vibe of the place too. So if anything feels off, yeah, just the patterns, the flow of people. If anything eddies in the wrong spot, you'll know, just like you do in the tavern before a fight breaks out.
You remind me so much of your father. Let's just get going then.
Excellent. And Leah, with a very self-satisfied expression on her face, pulls out a little notebook and quill.
It's about a 15 to 18 minute walk as you make your way further and further from the center street. The lanes, little roadways, pathways get smaller. The houses get a little bit more irregular, a little less of a design and pattern to it. But there are starting to be a little bit more patches of lawns, stuff like that. This is the Hush District. This is essentially where all the workers and farmers and builders and everything like that that's in the city that lives there, not the tourist. This is where they lived. So you kind of understand why it's called the Hush District. You got all the music and everything else going on in the center street, and then out here is where they're trying to find just a little peace and quiet from all the not
hubbub.
Noise, but just, upbeat attitude.
Hubbub.
Beautiful. You eventually come upon a house after about an additional probably 3 or 4 minutes of searching that has a large yellow X painted on the front door. And your uncle goes, I think this is it. The yellow X means this is usually scene of a crime and has been roped off by the guard.
Is there anyone around?
Give me a perception check.
16.
16. You glance up and down the street. Doesn't seem to be anybody around just yet. You also make sure to look up on the roofs, just because most people don't do that, and you know to do that. So you glance up there, and you seem like the coast is pretty much cleared.
So is it wedged against other houses? Is there a back to it? What's the situation of the house itself?
There's no alley or anything like that. It's like a row of townhouses all connected to one another, about 5 or 6 in this one area.
Okay. All right. Uncle Larga?
Yes.
Keep watch. I'm going to go see if I can get inside.
Where should I stand?
Somewhere slightly unobtrusive.
He looks around at the street. Okay. You be careful going in there.
I will.
All right.
Pull on a pair of gloves.
Walks. Where'd you get gloves?
Every musician has gloves. You have to protect your hands.
Okay. Well, excuse me.
They're important. These things are insured for more of your life.
Every session, Miranda, I guess it's a homebrew rule where she can just make a random generic item randomly appear she needs. I picked this up at so-and-so on the way out.
Look, pretty standard,
It was a glove kiosk.
Absolutely.
All right, but your uncle goes and stands over across the street and just kind of leans up against the wall there.
Excellent. All right, so I'm going to go up and see if the door is unlocked.
All right, it is unlocked.
Excellent. I'm going to open the door.
The door opens.
I'm going to walk inside.
You go inside.
Yes.
Inside, it is lit up from the 2 windows from the front room. It is a elongated house, and you're now in a main entryway / common sitting area, and also definitely a kitchen area. The bedrooms and stuff being further into the back.
Okay. So is there any disturbance? Does it look like there's been a fight? Like things broken, knocked over?
Roll an investigation check. 15. That's a good roll. The house is empty. There are no corpses laying about, which may have been your first worry. They have since been moved. You see, also in there, a bit of dust. It seems to be on top of the table. Also a bottle of milk, one's turned over and has been dripping onto the floor. The other one is still standing upright. And other than that, you don't see any moved furniture. You don't see any sign of, violence, except for a turned over chair just by the kitchen. It's just a table with 2 chairs, and one of them has been knocked over onto the ground next to where the little puddle of milk has now accumulated. You also hear a pitter-patter sound.
Where?
Coming from down the hallway that probably leads to the bedroom.
Okay, so first thing is I'm going to obviously step quietly, but I'm going to kind of because I've got gloves on, so I'm going to put the back of my arm just against one of the milk things to see if it's cool or if it's warm.
It is warm.
Okay, so it looks like Leah's saying this in her head. She's not stupid in saying this out loud like they do in movies, where they just say everything that comes into their head out loud, because nobody does that, except for you. But, so it looks like somebody stood up abruptly and knocked the milk over and knocked the chair over, because it doesn't look like a fight per se, but the standing up abruptly would make the chair do that. And since nothing else is disheveled and there's dust in here, are there a lot of before I head towards the pitter patter, are there a lot of knickknacks, kish? Does it look like people actually live here?
Yes, it is a tidy little place. All this stuff is put away into cupboards for the kitchen area, cleaned up. The sitting area just seems to be one little, couple of chairs sitting over there, additional tables, a shelf that does have a few knickknacks, maybe a few family heirlooms and such like that. And interestingly enough, you hear something go.
So there's a cat somewhere who's probably mad that they're missing their breakfast or lunch or whatever.
And as you look over in the hallway, there is a white and with splotches of gray soot-colored fur cat with amber eyes looking up at you.
I'm going to kneel down and do the universal here, kitty kitty.
Give me a animal handling check with disadvantage.
13.
Is it plus anything?
Nope, it's just 13.
The cat comes a little bit closer, but doesn't let you reach out and touch them, but gives you a sniff. And looks at you kind of expectingly, and then just moves off a little bit. Back arch just a tiny bit.
Well, I will give you some food if you kind of head towards where your food is. All cats know where their food is kept. Are you hungry?
The cat looks at you, and then kind of walks over to where the milk puddle's on the floor, gives it a sniff, and then walks away from the milk puddle and walks over next to one of the cabinets and gives it a quick paw scratch.
Okay, I'm going to open the cabinet.
Cat skitters away, runs away.
Is there food in it?
You can find a little jar. It looks like a little kibble probably in there for a cat.
And is there a cat bowl somewhere?
Yeah,
on the floor?
It's right there next to it, and it has Kate painted in the side of it. Kate.
Okay. Come here, Kate. I got you some food.
Roll with advantage, animal handling check. I'm sorry, this is a cat. It's constant animal handling checks. We have 2 of them. We know what it's like.
12.
12? Kate's not coming out, but Kate looks around the corner and sees that you've put up food in the bowl, but is a little too suspicious to come out right now.
That's okay. She's got food, and I'm going to leave her be while I continue to investigate. So where are the chalk outlines of death?
There are no chalk outlines. They don't do that. We don't do that here.
Bloodstains?
There are no bloodstains.
There's any indication that people were murdered here?
You were just told that they were found dead by the guard here.
Interesting. Okay, so...
But they saw an envelope was delivered with suspicious powder inside of it, if you recall.
Right.
And that's about all they gave you.
Is there any trace of powder or envelope?
There is no envelope, but there is like a powdery substance that seems to be on top of the table.
Good thing I've got gloves on. Gonna kind of just run my finger with glove through it and just see what the texture is. See if it disappears, if it goes.
Give me an investigation check.
14.
14?
Mm-hmm.
Ah. They appear to be seeds. Like little bitty plant wildflower seeds.
Interesting. And they're just scattered on the table? Do they look like they were poured, or they...
Oh, no, there was hardly any of them really left, but you did notice they were there because the whole kitchen was tidied up. But you were able to, scoop some of them together. Like, when you ran your finger across, some of them collected at the bottom of your glove, and you've seen wild seeds before. helping with the church, gardening, helping in the back, helping the other people with your father. You've seen it before.
So I'm going to tear off a piece of my notebook paper and basically like fold an envelope around some of these seeds.
Okay.
And store it away.
All right.
Okay, so I'm going to keep looking around like the living area, and then if there's any other rooms, I want to take a look around.
Okay, go ahead. The rest of the living area, and then if you go back into the bedroom, you can also roll an investigation check in there.
Okay. Oh. 7 plus 4. 11.
11. You just find one common bed area with a bed on the floor, and there's also a chest in there for possibly like storing clothes and stuff like that. If you open it, you will find like 2 or 3 more outfits and maybe some books in there.
What kind of outfits? What
Just
kind of books?
standard homespun books. You look through there, it just seems to be like you see a few, popular novels that have made their way along the civilized road in there. Nothing seems to be too out of the ordinary. Except at the book at the very bottom, you do find a smut book, but that's beside the point.
Naturally. What kind of clothes, though? I mean, like, you can tell a lot by what people wear. Like, are these people who work in a kind of environment where they wear their clothes out quickly? Are they, like, outdoor laborers, indoor?
Okay,
like,
give me another investigation check.
That's what I'm trying to see, is, like, how worn the clothes are, essentially. 18 plus 4.
Ooh, 18 plus 4?
Yep.
That's a good one. 18 plus 4, they are not worn out, but they are hardy homespun. Just plain, you had a white and a gray with brown pants and black pants in there as well. Pair of boots was closer to the door, and another pair of shoes for another one.
Are they polished?
No, not really polished. They're just, they're wiped off, well kept, but not really not pristine, I would say.
Old? Old?
Somewhat, I would say, yes.
Well made or not?
Like I said, the house that they're living in and the way their clothes look and everything, they seem to be from probably like a lower middle class family. What they did, you can't really ascertain from all of this, but they made a decent income to make a living and maintain their home.
Okay. Any correspondence? Anything handwritten? Notes taped to mirrors? Like, you got this, champ? Like, anything?
Not that you're aware of. I mean, is there anything else you do? You said you examined the books as well.
Mm-hmm.
The books, like I said, they all seem to be pretty normal. I mean, even the smut book
do
too.
The thing where you like flip through the pages to see if anybody secreted any notes or anything in there.
Well, in the smut book, actually, you do. You open up the cover and it says LV dot and then a capital R.
Laverne and Shirley? No, this is nobody here begins with an L or a V. So LV.R. And is the book Tusk Love, or what book is this?
It's not Tusk Love.
Okay. Just thought I would check. In smut.
Name the book. What's the name of this smut book, Miranda?
Orcs Unleashed.
Orcs Unleashed. I'm okay with that. And what genre is it of smut?
BDSM for sure.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, we'll stop there because we don't want to go into that.
Well, it would have to be, Orcs Unleashed.
Hey, they
unleash their primal
no,
side.
Orcs are very gentle. Thank you very much.
Not these ones.
Go out there and hand it to your uncle then and see what he says.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely taking it because for research. But so the rest of the house, like literally just anything at all, like because people wrote stuff. So is there like anything personal or anything?
Well, what else are you trying to ascertain? You've overlooked the room. You've overlooked the living area. You've tried to get about what they do, their occupation. You've went through their personal belongings. They have a cat named Kate.
Mm-hmm.
Just seems like a general normal family. I mean, you can give it another once over if you'd like.
That's the idea as well, to see are there any bills? Were they getting any ominous notes that might be threatening? Because there are many reasons for murder, of course. The top ones are love and money. So generally speaking, it's either a jealous lover or angry lover, or it's because they owe money to somebody. Not the only reasons, but those are the two most popular ones. So,
Are you saying one of these individuals may be in debt to a greedy moneylender or possibly have some form of adultery in their life?
absolutely. Generally what happens. So you look to see if anything's like that. Like if there have been any threatening letters, you check under the mattress to see if there's things that have been hidden.
Which you do, and
People always put them under their mattress.
I would say you don't find anything under the mattress.
Okay. Under the pillows.
You're just giving it a good once over and you don't really seem to find anything. The only things that I said that looked out of place was apparently the batch of wild seeds that were across the table, the turned over milk, and the turned over chair.
Okay. How's Kate? How's Kate?
Kate's now following you around the house wondering what you're doing.
All right.
And then wants to go into the bathroom privy area. But then when you open the door for her, she doesn't go in.
Okay. So, Kate, how would you like to be a tavern cat? All the mice you can eat?
Looks a little affronted at that.
Lots of head scritches?
Thinks about that.
Good food?
Squints at that.
Music? Good company?
Squints at that even more.
And you're left alone for vast majorities of the time. Do whatever you want. You'll rule the roost.
Meow.
All right.
She lets you pick her up.
Absolutely. I'm giving her the scritches and stuff and, go out to Uncle Largo.
What do you have there?
Congratulations, Uncle Largo. You have a cat.
I have a... What is this? Claws him a little bit. Oh, goodness gracious.
Kate, this is Uncle Largo. He is your new landlord.
Is this cat going to pay rent?
Yeah, she's going to make sure that she gets everything she needs.
I don't know how I'm going to do with a cat.
You'll be okay.
Well, I have to take this cat back then.
Yes, he's like automatically.
Could we wait here while I take this cat back to the tavern then?
Sure.
Okay. Come on, Kate. It's just this little cat that it's a normal sized cat, but just fits in the palm of his hand, though.
Yep.
As he begins walking down the street.
Okay, so the moment he is out around the corner, I'm going to go knock on the neighbor's door.
Okay, you go and you knock on the neighbor's door.
Anybody answer?
Yes. How can I help you? And this is old dwarven-looking fellow, kind of shriveled looking. Yes.
Hi there.
Hi.
My name is Leah.
Wait, we're not interested. I'm sorry.
I'm not selling anything. I was making sure that Kate next door was taken care of because I heard there was such a tragedy.
Tragedy? What kind of tragedy? Who are you?
Oh, I'm just here to take care of the cat. I wanted to know if
What
you
cat?
heard anything.
Whose cat? I don't own a cat.
No, your neighbors do, sir.
Which neighbors?
The ones next door? John and Mary Pikeland?
Oh, the Pikelands. Oh, they seem a bit like normal folk. Yeah, they keep to themselves.
Yeah, have they been here for a long time?
It's I'd say about 5 years or so.
5 years?
Yes.
Do you know what they did?
Oh, if I can remember, she was an accountant in town when, money exchanges and such, and I think he worked at a dairy farm, maybe.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Did you ever talk to him?
No, I try not to talk to most people. I just want to live my life and eat my fruit and have a good day,
I absolutely understand.
It's very bright out here.
It is.
He kind of blinks his eyes a little bit. I used to be a miner.
Wow.
For coal.
How long were you a miner?
So long beneath the rock.
Oh, I hear that's a very dangerous job.
Extremely dangerous. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Oh, what was your name, sir?
Oh, my name is Mr. Rugdug.
Oh, it's nice to meet you. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Appreciate what?
Your help. Just want to make sure that the kitty is well taken care of.
The kitty? I didn't know there was a cat.
Yeah.
Oh, have a good day.
All right, thank you.
Ah. Closes the door.
Okay, so I'm going to go to another neighbor.
Okay. I know what you're looking for, and you're probably going to find it with the next door.
Okay.
By the way, that was, of course, Miranda wanting Connor to come up with NPCs on the spot. So there you go. Here we go to the next one.
It sounds like lack of planning on your part.
Yes, please.
Anyway, so knock on the door.
All right. This very thin, tall woman opens the door. Her nose pointed up just a little bit, and she goes, "Yes, how can I help you?"
Hi there. I've come to take care of the cat from the poor Pikelands, and...
The poor Pikelands. Yes, it was devastating what happened to them.
Did you know? Did you know them?
Oh, no, I knew of them. Filthy little people, I guess. Not really, though. I didn't know very much about them. But
Oh.
I've seen them go to and fro. We all keep to ourselves a little bit in these houses.
Well, you seem very clever. It seems like you would notice if things were amiss, wouldn't you?
Perhaps. How can I help you? Are you with the guard?
Oh, no, I just wanted to make sure that the cat was okay. And I was also just curious, like it's kind of scary stuff like that happening.
Right. Very scary. Well,
Do you know who did it?
ooh, that I don't know. I do know there was times when maybe the husband came home a little later than he should have, and we all know how that's like, but Mrs. Pikeland doesn't really ask too many questions. She was quite the content type.
Was she? Poor thing.
Well, we all have our ways.
Yeah. Well, did you see or hear anything when this happened?
Oh, I just heard, the crash, and I'm the one that reported it to the guard.
Oh.
They were given their delivery, usually of milk every morning, like the rest of us, and went inside, and 10 minutes later, and the Daily Mail, and some nice, handsome boy dropped it off. I told the guards all about him, and about 10 minutes later, I heard the crash, and that was it.
Did you, besides the person delivering, did you see anybody else?
Just the milkman coming by, and then just the boy with the mail. That's about it.
Was it your usual milkman?
My usual.
Well, if they deliver to everybody.
Yes, it was the usual milkman, but I think the chap worked at a dairy farm.
That's true. So why would they get a milk delivery?
I don't know.
That seems very suspicious.
But they always get a milk delivery.
So, but that still is a weird thing, don't you think? If he works at a milk farm, he wouldn't need a milk delivery.
I don't know, honey. Maybe you should go tell the guards that. Have a good day. She shuts the door on you.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you for listening. Please leave a review anywhere you found us. You can reach out to us on Twitter at Bountiful Bards. We hope to see you again on the civilized road.
And bring bread and cheese.
As the story goes, until then.